AP poll says grinding unemployment, slow economic growth, volatile gas and food prices, and political feuding are causing Americans to have little faith in a recovery. Joining me now is Representative Gohmert of Texas. Congressman, welcome. Where's America's confidence?
Well, Americans know that you should not spend more than you take in. Americans know that, and the message is not quite getting over to the Senate, hasn't quite gotten to the White House. This president promised us that if we did not pass his huge stimulus bill, nearly $1 trillion, then we might see unemployment rise as high as 8.5. Well, that's looking pretty good now. So the confidence is not in overspending. It's not for individuals, and it's certainly not for the country.
Well, you certainly more than likely echo the governor's sentiment, that's for sure. So as we continue down this line with this debt and deficit reduction negotiation, there's a lot of discussion now about the debt deadline.
Wait. Lori,
yes,
did you say there were negotiations?
Oh boy,
I wasn't aware of that.
on.
I thought we were supposed to just keep passing
Recharacterize
bill after bill after. You know, I got the impression we're supposed to keep passing bill after bill after bill in the Republican-controlled House because Obama and Reid don't want to go on record actually having cut anything. So anybody knows you don't negotiate against yourself. We passed a good bill. It wasn't everything I wanted, but it would do the job, and the Senate has done nothing. And now I hear that Reid's saying potentially that Boehner's new bill, which I didn't support, was dead on arrival if it gets to the Senate. They don't want to pass anything. They want to demonize Republicans. They're going to keep saying, no, 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 keep passing bills on your end. Roy, that's not negotiations. That's not being responsible members of Congress.
All right, and then what about this idea that the deadlines, there's no wiggle room in the deadline? The press secretary came out today saying, nope, August 2nd is a firm deadline that we run up against the debt ceiling, but there had been some discussion about revenue. I mean, where do you stand on that? Is that a legitimate deadline,
well,
August 2nd?
I agree with Steve Moore from Wall Street Journal. The August 2nd is a line they drew in the sand. It's not a drop-dead date. Seniors are good for 3 years. If we did nothing, if government shut down, they still get their check for 3 years unless this president commits the abominable act of ordering that the money not go out to pay seniors. They're good. The military should be paid. The president is not a legitimate commander-in-chief if he does not allow money to go to pay the military, to pay our debts. Tim Geithner is already considered by many the worst Treasury Secretary, even worse than Hank Paulson. If he were to order that our debts not be paid when the money is completely there to pay them, then he truly would have a place in a class to himself as the worst Treasury Secretary, and there's no one to challenge him to a duel or anything like that, nor should they, but we're in trouble if that's the kind of thinking we're getting from our Treasury Secretary.
Well, hate to end it on a pessimistic note, but we do appreciate your insight,
hey,
Congressman. Thank you.
There's good news.
Which
People aren't buying into these bad bills, so I think I'm optimistic.
Yeah, markets are very calm despite a slight sell-off today in the stock market. Bond yields are staying low, which is good for now, but who knows if that shoe might drop. Congressman Gohmert, a pleasure to have you on tonight. Let's send it out.
It's a pleasure to be had, Lori. Thank you.
He's a charming guy, actually. Let's bring it out to our